Hello, my name is Mordred Viking and I would like to welcome you to episode 17 of this Let's Play Europa Universalis 4 with the custom nation of Stormwind. We are at war, and it is going to be a big war I think, so it's going to be a good episode. Everything in green you can see is on our side, everything in red is against us. So previously it was Picardy and myself versus Gascogne, Burgundy. But then the Netherlands joined the war, bringing in Brittany, but also bringing in Aragon. So yeah, it's quite a big conflict really. We are currently fighting the combined forces over here before the Netherlands and Brittany arrive. Aragon have a 20,000 man stack waiting down there, and Savoy have another 21,000 here. Northumbria and Savoy rather. So this is going to be a pretty big fight, particularly for this time, which is 1560. In other news, we are also still working on the colony over here. It's very nearly done. The Aragonese colony is growing, although I have noticed a bug. You can see that the colonial nation, Aragon's colonial nation, seem to have lost their crest. If you actually click on the land, oh no, it's totally gone. When you hover over, you can at least see the kind of blue stripe to show it's a colonial nation, but actually clicking on it, it's just the rebel flag, so that's a bit of a bug. Kind of hope it doesn't happen to our colonial nation, but it probably will. Anyway, let's get to it. How's our navy doing? Because we're going to need that. Still repairing. Oh no, that's the transport. How are the big guns doing? Ah, they're sailing out. Fantastic. And we are currently fighting the battle, so we should kind of keep an eye on that. The trial. Oh, great. I think we're going to lose the 5 Republican tradition. That'll knock us down to 64. But we gain more power. Power is good. So after this point we're definitely not going to be able to do anything with Republican tradition. And we can get another church thing. We are going to forgive usury, I think, whatever. We're only at 10% inflation. We have burnt it down by about 13-14%, 3 or 4% already. But yeah, we'll get another one just to make that happen a little more quickly. So we get 0.3 a year at the moment, which I think is the highest I've ever had it in any game before. So this fight's about to finish. We will be victorious, though it's leaving us very low on morale. There we are. Good victory. We've done a fair amount of damage, though they did call quite a few of our infantry, but I always have very infantry-heavy armies for that very reason, so I'm not particularly concerned. We will march back up to Paris. We'll wait for these guys to join us. Our heavies are engaging the Dutch heavies. I'm going to throw in my lights, I think. But not the cogs. The cogs I'm going to leave there. Where are they running to? They're probably into Burgundy itself. They'll be running past Charolais, so I won't be able to chase them because they will have a fort there. Wow, our heavies are getting pretty beaten up. So we might need to do the Burka thing here and bring in some reinforcements. Our lights are about to arrive. We do have significantly more morale. There we are. The lights are in the fight. We have lost a second heavy. We're about to lose a third. So I might withdraw the heavies at this point. Dutch have 3 still though. And our lights will take a bit of a pounding. No, we'll accept it. We need to upgrade our heavies anyway. How is their loyalty? The Burka's loyalty is high. So we could do this because we just lose loyalty. It does not increase their influence. And they're giving us 5 free carracks for free basically, so yes, I want that. I want it badly. We could also do diplomatic support. That's another 15 loyalty, which is acceptable. And military, I want military support. There we are. Clergy, I could do the same for admin, which would knock us down to 40. Yep, that's still acceptable. Do it. Okay, so we now outnumber them. They have an admiral, we do not. That was probably part of the reason we were taking so many hits. We lost 4 heavies, they lost 2. They did lose 10 light ships though. So we did a significant amount of damage. We will go and dock. It's Essex as the port, I think. I think we should probably hire an admiral at this point and just give him to the battle fleet. 50 Diplo, explorer, and then use him as an explorer later. I don't think that explorers have any negatives about them. Yeah, we'll do that. Oh, he's quite good. Only 1 fire, which is unfortunate, but 3 shock. We're still fairly early in the game, so shock is still good. Okay, Okay, so we have 18,000 men there. We could go and attack the Brittany army here in Anjou. It is forest, so it'll be a -1, but we do outnumber them. Do they have maneuver? Maneuver 1 versus our maneuver 1. I might actually try and recruit a general, see how he is. What's our army tradition? Only 17. We could get a military general, actually, a noble one. Oh, no we can't. It'll cost 20 influence. Ouch. Yeah, that's not great. We'll hire one general just to see what he's like. Conquistador? May as well. He has more maneuver, but he has a lot less shock and fire. So no, we'll stay with our current Republican leader. We'll attack Brittany. It doesn't look like anyone else is counter-attacking or anything. The Dutch are on their way. They have the Native American models. That's quite funny. Aragon has attacked Roussillon. Well, Roussillon attacked Aragon. Aragon's now trying to retake it. There are naval battles going on down here, but Aragon seems to have that quite well in hand, although Roussillon does have the galleys. Kind of surprised Burgundy's not getting involved, but I think they've just lost a fight, actually. Okay. So, where are the Dutch going? Oh, we've lost some more natives. Rats. Sorry, we've lost some more colonists than natives. It's unfortunate, but Chatuk is about to be ready, and then we can start. Then we'll start moving the second colonists down south to the place where we kind of want to consolidate our power right now. Oh, they're coming in to reinforce. So maybe I should be trying to stick around our allied forces, because the Dutch are... Oh no, the Dutch are probably going after the Northumbrian Savoy army, or possibly the Picardy army. These guys are definitely coming to reinforce though, so we'll see what damage we can do. If we have to, we will withdraw. The Burkers gain 5 loyalty, because they believe in freedom. How American. Not that that's a bad thing, by the way. Okay, Chatuk is done. Fantastic. So we have a free colonist now, as you can see, 1 of 2. We will send him here because we happen to know that this is a river estuary, which gives the extra trade power. And colonies do give a portion of their trade power to the overlord, which would be us. So we can then start shifting trade from this area, from Raftax, I guess. Wait, where's Raftax go? Raftax is fed by that and then goes into... Ah, it goes into this place. Okay. Aberabek. And then Aberabek feeds into Champagne and Ivory Coast. And as I mentioned before, the Ivory Coast is a very big trading point. Is that right? Safi and Ivory Coast. Oh, my bad. Oh, I see, it curves up there. Safi is less important to us, although it does feed into Sevilla, so if it's Aragon that's getting that trade, they probably will be completely ignoring Ivory Coast and going straight to Safi and then Sevilla, which unfortunately we can't do anything about, because that only feeds into Genoa and Sevilla. So we basically need to have a large trade presence here to force trade to go into the Ivory Coast. So at some point we will also need a colony or two here, although this continent is fairly close, so that would work as a base, particularly if we get this island, for the light ships, which will work from there, but it's always better to kind of have them in that area. Not too big a deal. Basically, if they're out of the supply ship reach, they do take attrition damage and they'll have to keep heading home to repair, and that is just some trade power you lose because they're not actively protecting it. It's just something you have to kind of bear in mind. Okay, those guys are going to arrive. When do they arrive? They arrive on the 15th. So we have 5 more days to beat them, which we might do. No, we won't. Okay, and they now outnumber us, so we're going to withdraw while we still have heavy morale. Our combined forces are fighting the Netherlands over there. They do have reinforcements on their way. Unfortunately, the Picardy army doesn't seem to be doing anything, neither does the Aragonese one. So we could withdraw to Aragon, which I think we will, also known as Burgundy. And then we might reinforce this army if we need to. Yeah, a tick will go by. So yeah, we'll have another 15,000 men to throw into this fight. Okay, the levy. We can lose Nobility. We can lose a chunk of cash, but we get... Oh, it's this event. I don't like this event. We'll keep it at a modest level. So the nobility does lose 5 loyalty permanently, which is unfortunate, but so it goes. Go, 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 go. I want to get there before that fight ends. How long? Oh, I have another 11,000 men on the way. Jeez. How long does it take us? No, that's not a chance. So Aragon is farmland, so I'd like to be in somewhere a little more defensive if possible, in case they do come for us. Hills, that's a -1 to the attacker, we'll go into the hills. Kill that one unit. There's a fight going on there, so they were intercepted. But Gascogne still has that large army there. No, we'll hold on to the Franche-Comté. Our allies are withdrawing through this way, that's fine, so we're kind of consolidating our forces over here. We could run intercept over here, but I don't really want to. We have too few men to do that, really. Our allies are doing a nice job blockading. Well done, guys. We should probably set our lights back to English Channel, just to make sure we keep the income coming. The heavies are almost done repairing. Once they're done, I'll move them out so they can help the blockade here. There we are. What's the contribution at this point? You see this stat here. So we're currently doing the lion's share of the fighting here. So we're going to get most of the gold and prestige in whatever peace deal, if we get a positive peace deal, that is. And likewise in this one, we're also getting the lion's share because our army has actually been quite active. I think Picardy's been really suffering from all the civil wars and things, so their army is fairly weak, while ours has just been kind of building and building and building, so it's fairly strong. Of course, these are enemy lands. I was thinking Burgundy was on our side, it totally isn't. So we've just besieged this place. It is not adjacent to any forts, no. The nearest fort is Wallace, and then Luxembourg is another one. Right, what are you guys doing? I think we'll march to Barrois, and then we'll move into Champagne from there. Oh, maybe not. Are you guys coming in? No, and they're running away. We could go to Rettel. They might intercept. Rettel, I think, is... oh, it's a forest. It's unfortunate. Champagne was farmlands. I'm going to attack Champagne because it would be a -1. When do they leave? 4th of February, 8th of February. Oh, we don't catch them. We'll just stay here and capture. Or in fact, I might go to Luxembourg. Ooh. And that is a good thing that I did not intercept, because they in fact have another 17,000 men just kind of hiding up there. Group them together. Load them into the ship. We'll need to be a little more careful about how we do this, as there are lots of armies kind of traipsing around up here now. In fact, I think I'm just going to leave it for the moment. Okay, so they are going to Bourgogne. As soon as they're locked into that move, I'll move in to support them. We do have another 17,000 to throw into this fight. We will outnumber them quite heavily. Off we go. Go, 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 go. Go. Wow, we're losing morale really quickly. They've just reinforced too. This is a big fight going on here, 23,000 versus 26. We are currently losing because their general is apparently really, really good. They have now reached the same level of tactics that we have, the same discipline, and they have slightly more morale. Aragon still isn't contributing anything to this fight, but then Burgundy is just kind of sitting there too. So this time if we withdraw, we'll go to Normandy, I think. It's going to be close, but I think we've lost. Yeah, we're going to Normandy. Okay, apparently we're not. We're going to Montferrat. They are going to the north. That's a little odd. Okay. We will need to wait a tick or two. Ah, here we go. This is the Northumbrian Savoyard army. Why exactly Savoy is not helping us, I don't... Sorry, Northumbria is not helping us, I don't really know. They're set to support, aren't they? That's not what I meant. That's what I meant. Oh no, they're on... do their own thing. We'll need to wait and reinforce, that's fine. We have 21,000 fighting against 9, we should win that fight fairly handily. Although they do have another 20,000 on the way. I want these reinforcements to arrive. In fact, I just need generally more troops. We're still on 28 of 35 force limit. Our army currently stands at... Apparently can't click on them from there. 19 infantry, 4 cavalry, 3 artillery. We do have another 2 artillery, no, 1 artillery, so we want more artillery basically is what that is saying to me. Right. Should I go all the way around? Then into Languedoc? I think that's what I'm going to do. Rush you to Languedoc. Can I get there in time? Would I want to? Probably not. Let's wait in Savoy. It's a mountain, we can reinforce there. Sounds like a good idea to me. $10,000 men left. How many do we need to reinforce? The Morganshire had a revolt. That's unfortunate. I was not watching that. My bad. Okay, so we need 11,000 men of the 9,000 we currently have. So after this we're basically out of manpower, at which point... I really want to weaken the Netherlands though. I don't know, I'm tempted to go into debt a bit just to... Whoa. Why has their navy got out? Okay, let's go back. Don't go that way, guys. Run away! Well, we really are being chased down. I might send my own ships to intercept. 9 of them there. We have the 18 here. Did we get an admiral? Yes, we did. Good. So you can use light ships because they're just so fast to kind of intercept, and then the heavies arrive a little later and actually bring the big stick. But they're just sitting there. Okay, set them. Don't go that way. Go that way. There we are. We caught them with the light ships before they could get away, and then our heavies are going to arrive a little bit later and smack them. We'll just go back to port. So 21 ships against theirs. They lost 4 lights. They still have 1 heavy though, unfortunately. But that is another victory for us. I would very much like to have naval superiority here. Well, I always want naval superiority. I'm basically Great Britain. We trust in our wooden wall. Just basically referring to their fleet. Franche-Comté has come under the occupation of Burgundy, so they besieged it. Okay, it's fine. Do they outnumber us here? They probably do. I mean, they don't have many troops left. Would really like a Burgundy pieced out, so get on that please, Picardy. And then these guys, we still outnumber them, we're just not using our troops to the best capacity right now. We're kind of sitting back and letting them take some attrition while we regroup and kind of wait for Aragon to arrive. They have to get through Roussillon, it's kind of the key fortress down there. And then when they're in the fight we're going to have a large army right there, which can reinforce each other, I think. In fact, I could go and take another castle like Wallace while I'm just waiting here. That's in the mountains too. Yes, it is. That seems like a better use of time than just kind of sitting in the mountains chilling. Okay, we have another heavy wood. A modern heavy, most importantly, and they have teleported to Leinster. That's very nice. Okay, so not the transports, not the English Channel. Merge with the battle fleet. And that's another reason to name your fleets, so you can pick them out easily in long lists. Their army is in Savoy, which is mountains, so I'm not going there. I would very much like to get these cannons over there though, because they would help the siege go more quickly. In fact, my fleet is probably repaired at this point, so I'm going to join the fleet and then just sail around with the full group. The lights will get there first, but they can kind of scout ahead. We have enough friendly ships up here to contain them. See how their ships are just kind of staying in port at this point. And Ceros has grown. Fantastic. So we have our foothold down here now. We got the Turn Ceros into a city mission. So we gained a free production, which is lovely. We're going to do this restore the currency because it just seems so stupidly powerful. We are down to 10.4%. Fine, let's do it. And we need to choose where to colonise next. So let's have a look at economic and development. So we kind of want to go either north or east. I think we probably want to go east, just so we can kind of get this whole area if we can. So we'll start colonising right here. We'll take the coast first. Okay, so our ships are now in outside of supply range, which is why they've gone red. They have an army moving. Where are they moving to? Okay, that's fine. Ah, Aragon has finally arrived. No, is Aragon? Yes, it is. So Aragon's got through Roussillon at last. They had to take that fort, as I said. How far away are our ships? To Languedoc, please. Wow, those separatists are really on fire. Well, they took Glamorganshire, but we have a fort there, so just the fort retook it. Then they took Leinster, but we have a fort in both Meath and in Munster, so the forts just retook it again. So, good job there, forts. Election. Yeah, we cannot re-elect this guy because we will drop below that magical 60 number, which is unfortunate because I would kind of like to. If we hadn't taken that last 5 hit, then we would be at 71. We could theoretically do it, though it would be pretty dangerous. So we're going to have to get a new guy, which is unfortunate because he is also our general. We are currently in hostile territory, so we'll lose him. Right, what points do we need the most? We are still very far behind on admin. So I would like to get parity on military again. So it's only cannon that really improve. I will go admin, just to kind of see if we can stay ahead. We're probably doing really well in the trade node at this point. 47%. Yeah, the Netherlands, well, yeah, we're not protecting trade. If we were still protecting trade, we would have massive domination over this, because they would be really hurting through the embargo. Yeah, their embargo is now 23%, as is 18. Because our provinces are worth more now. Because theirs are blockaded, which reduces their trade power. And that is probably what is mostly supporting our war budget right now. Yeah, we're getting income of 13 through trade. Trade's powerful. It's very powerful. Okay, so the light ships have arrived, the heavy ships have arrived, and here come the cogs. There we are. We have another 4,000 men, which we somehow need to get up to Wallace. So let's go around here, here, and then there. Go. And then we can send these ships back home. So it would be nice if they left the port and then I could sink them, but I don't think that's going to happen, unfortunately. They have 16,000 men who've just been intercepted. I might actually go and support that fight. What are you fighting in? That is Northumbria is attacking at a -2, so they are on them so heavily. They do have a lot of men on the way. They have morale, they have tactics bonus too. Huh. We need to start winning some of these battles, that's the problem. Where's Aragon gone? Aragon's up there. Right, so we've split up again. I'm kind of glad I didn't reinforce that one. I don't think we would have won it. We would still be in Vord, probably. What is Vord? Vord's grassland. Now, this is something I would like to intercept. So I'll stomp on them. We only have 16,000 against their 20. We could reinforce with these guys if we need to. In fact, that is precisely what I'm going to do. I'm going to group them together. We'll separate out just one guy. We'll hold that siege down, and we'll go in with the full 24,000. In fact, I should start consolidating some of these units, probably. Yeah, let's do it. We'll make our army a little more effective on the fight. And they've totally been caught. 9,000 men against 23. Easy victory. They brought in another 19. We have no leader. God damn it. They have a really good one. Okay, we're going to lose this fight. So we will retreat to Navarro with them. Or withdraw with them. Totally forgot we didn't have a leader because of that damn election. Bugger. Gascogne has entered a military alliance. We can lose its stability or lose prestige. Well, we have tons of prestige at this point. So now we have a leader again. Ah, that was irritating. We could totally have won that fight. No, stay here and recharge a bit, but I think it's going to be time for a loan and mercenaries, and probably war taxes too. Yeah, gives us more mercenaries to play with. At this point, what is our army composition? 11,000, sorry, 16, 4 and 6. We'll consolidate again, so we definitely need more infantry. So what I tend to do later on in the game especially is I'll have a large army of cavalry and artillery and then rely on infantry mercenaries because they're so much cheaper. So once the initial group of like regular infantry have gone, then mercenary infantry take their place. And mercenary infantry do not cost manpower to maintain. They just cost gold, and gold is something that, as you have seen, we can make pretty quickly when we need to. That is the power of trade powers. So we're making a whole bunch more mercenaries, and in fact we might be able to beat this army. We might take another loan and then just double up on all the infantry that I've just started building here. We're well below our force limit, so they shouldn't cost us too much more. There we are, good. We can get admin tech, which I think we should do. Great. Ooh, there's another. So the next level of admin tech, we can get the next government type. So as the game goes on, you can basically upgrade your government, and each government has different bonuses. So currently our oligarchic republic gives us tax modifier and stability cost and an autonomy change of minus 0.05, while if we upgraded to, oops, wrong button, the administrative republic, autonomy change is doubled, so you recover from that more quickly. Years of separatism minus 5, which is great if you're suffering from revolts. So it basically halves the pain of having revolts, and increases production efficiency by 10%, which isn't that massive. I mean, you can see the difference in incomes here. Production just, it always seems to be quite negligible. Ships have arrived back home, good. So the battle fleet can go and blockade. The transports can go and hide in port, because we'll need them in a minute, and the caravels can protect trade, so we can make more money. And they are coming to attack us. We are in Navarre, which is farmland, which is a mistake. We should have been in Piedmont. Are there any mountains around here? Yes. We will try and get to there. When do you arrive? You arrive on the 8th of June. We escape on the 5th of June. Fantastic. Bye-bye. In fact, we're going to take the fort. And our mercenaries are done, so we'll merge up and we'll meet in Derbyshire. Had to manually move the guys from Gloucestershire, otherwise it probably would have gone through the marches. Had to take another loan, but that's fine. How far are we on? Okay, we're well over our force limits now. That's not a problem though. Sweden has been improved. Fantastic. So let's group them up. 23,000 men. Eidesviva is basically, we have Norway, we have Sweden, we have Finland, and we have Denmark. So Scandinavia has basically become actual Scandinavia. Except for that bit is actually Denmark. I do know my geography, kind of. We lost the marches. That's unfortunate. Just before these guys arrived and counterattacked. Oh, I need a general here. Let's see what the ruler's like. He is dreadful, but he'll do. We might lose this fight, just because they have combined arms, we do not. And we're attacking on a -2. It's unfortunate, we'll just consolidate. It's going to be close, it's going to be very close. I think we will win it. Oh, I don't know. We won, yes. And you only need to beat rebels once and then they're completely gone. So Savoy has accepted peace with Brittany, which is annoying because they're one of our allies. Roussillon has accepted peace with Picardy. Roussillon gave up. That's good. That's one of their guys, but that's the one that we were actually occupying. So we're going to need to make sure that we have military access through here. Well, we are really losing this fight. Why? We massively outnumber them. Oh, they have a lot of cannon. Huh. Because the Netherlands is so wealthy. It's because they're occupying so much. We do have a massive army, it's just not on the field. Oh, we have a fight going on there, which we will try and get to. So we probably are the ones attacking. Yeah, but only -1. That's acceptable. I can deal with a -1. We have another 13,000 men to throw into the fray, and that's an easy victory for us now. Excellent. So we'll return to our siege. In fact, we could go and kill this 9,000 man before they recapture that, which is in... ooh, it's mountains. It's 9,000 men, it's 324, so they probably won't have combined arms, which means we get a big bonus. I'll do it, I'll risk it. So -2, we are losing a lot of men. Oh, now we're the ones with the combined arms. We both are. Let's do that. Come in with another 6,000. We should win it, but it's just to be safe. Okay, we've lifted the siege. Group them up, return, consolidate. Okay. We'll leave enough men to do that siege. We'll march down here. We'll jump on the ships and start ferrying these mercenaries across. We're losing a lot of money, but that's because we're paying for the mercenaries to reinforce, which I am absolutely fine with. Okay, so we'll go to Co, and then we'll kind of run down here and hope. And we are now positive with them. We've got a little bit back from the Brittany battle. I think it's our superior numbers are finally beginning to show through. I mean, we massively outnumber them. And those 2 victories we just celebrated down here I think were actually quite a big deal. It didn't really look like it at the time, but it did a lot of damage to them. Anyway, that's going to be all for this episode, I'm afraid. Please join me for the next one, which will be episode 19, to see more of this war, which is actually pretty good. Thank you very much for joining me. Please do like and subscribe to help this channel grow, and just generally if you like what's going on, because I think it's actually kind of cool right now. If you have any tips or advice, please leave a comment. I will get back to you. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.